Alright, so here is my Weebly page, and it starts with my picture and my little introduction about what my page is going to show. Then I just go to my little about me, who I am, what I'm going for, what I plan to do after CWI. My next one is my word assignments, and I added the page break one where we did the really big assignment and learned all of that cool stuff. Next is my PowerPoints, and I put on the PowerPoint we did where we were creating a lesson, and so I did mine on noun and verbs, and so that's the one I submitted. Excel was again our big collaborative project, and that is all in there as well. My web quest, we will go and look at that. Hopefully if I get the link to work. So I did mine on persuasive writing and having them write an advertisement, because for me that was always one of the general things when we were learning about persuasion. So here is my welcome page. My introduction goes over what I'm expecting from them very briefly, because it was more needing specific directions instead of a very large overview. So I talk about putting them in groups of 4 and that they're going to write about their school carnival coming up. It needs to be at least a minute and a half, and they were going to write them during class and then perform them during the next class period. This is where I put all of my main instruction about how long it needs to be. I also talked about how they should be brainstorming as a group and giving feedback collaboratively instead of one person running everything. And then I gave them kind of things towards the bottom that I specifically wanted them to think about and address in their commercial. And then I referenced the Super Bowl commercials, because for me those are always the really good examples of what advertising is. And I gave them a link to YouTube that had, it was 10 or 20 of the best Super Bowl commercials in it. Next was the evaluation. So everyone we would talk about it as a class afterwards, and then they were going to go through singularly as each student and go through each of the 7 groups and answer the questions that I have written. And that would go into my grading a little bit, but it was more just so I knew that they were watching for certain things. For my conclusion, I just kind of talked about why we were stepping into persuasive writing, and that our next assignment would be a bigger persuasive paper. And then I went and did all this. The Common Core standard I was meeting was produce a clear and coherent writing in which development, organization, and style are appropriate to task, purpose, and audience. There wasn't anything specifically on persuasive writing, but I know that it's a really important part of high school. I remember writing a lot of persuasive papers, so I thought that was the best Common Core to add to that.